Okay, so we're back. All right, I know why in my head why people who have never played this game are playing hardcore.
Why is that?
Well, number one, they don't care if they die. That's the first time I've ever seen it. It's like Alan asked me before. He was like leveling a paladin is like the worst thing in the world. I'm like, well, that's the first character I ever actually leveled because I never actually played WoW before Classic that came out in 2019. I never played any other.
Everyone knows paladins suck. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, leveling on a paladin can be like the most slow and arduous task, but I didn't realize it when I was playing. I just thought it was the game.
It's a whole new world for you.
Exactly. Like I played a rep paladin the whole time leveling, and I just thought this was how I thought I was top deeps. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't know what good deeps was. You know, like I didn't know any of those rules. I just thought it was normal.
Typical paladin.
Exactly. I just thought it was like this is just the experience of the game. This is how it is for everybody. I didn't realize anything about leveling faster than that and how easier it was on other classes. Didn't know. Even when I got into raids, I didn't even understand why my DPS was so much lower than everybody else's because I didn't understand the class differences. I had no clue. It's all completely fresh to me. I think the first time I ever went into MC was with viewing on his hunter. With Hobbit was leading one of our raids, one of our old guild leaders.
That was fun.
And it was fun, and that was my first time ever. And they allowed a ret in there. Crazy.
Dad guild, very
guild.
casual.
Bad guild.
Casual really. Dad guild is why.
They made bad decisions.
The reason I think why people are just jumping into hardcore is because like the leveling experience is so vibrant, even though you die. Because like if you get onto any server nowadays, like especially like oh my god, for Lord forbid retail or Wrath. If you start level 1 on Wrath, who the fuck is going to be leveling with you? You're completely alone. You're not alone, but you know what I'm saying. Like on hardcore, the entry level zones are filled with fools, filled with people, that are just dying because everybody's starting from scratch. Like you're getting to play with somebody who just died in a molten core.
It's actually crazy.
You're playing with somebody who's
just filthy. All the boys, like you're fighting for mobs at level 1. Level 1.
Right, and like the guy who just died in Molten Core, who says, "Here we go again," is back in Elwyn Forest with you.
Exactly.
Now, granted, on Classic Era, which is popping right now, a lot of people are playing Classic Era. There are plenty of people leveling, and those games as well. But the thing is, the people that do get attached to their characters, because guaranteed, my hardcore character that I stopped leveling at like 16 or whatever, if I would have died on my Warlock, I would have transferred him to White Mage and continued leveling him.
Yep.
I'm not going to give up on that character. And that's what's happening. People are getting into the game on hardcore and they die a couple times, on this character, and they start liking the process. And then they find out that they can actually transfer to a server where they can not be permadeath anymore. And they transfer. And they're like happy because everybody who gets a little bit attached to that like new warrior, they start leveling, they're transferring, they're finishing them on another server. Probably. I don't know. I don't know the data behind like the uptick of like actual people going to White Mage. Blizzard knows. Sure. Blizzard knows. Like this is like a social experiment. How many people continue to play these characters that died on another server? It might be higher than you think it is.
Again, that's we talked about this in an earlier episode. That's why I really appreciate that they allow you to die on hardcore server and transfer and keep your character. Because like you said, if you died at level 16, 17, 20, 25, 59, doesn't matter because you can keep that character. Obviously not on the hardcore server itself, but you can continue on to White Mage or wherever, like what other server is out there that's really popular, and keep your character and don't lose all your progress. And I personally, like from what they're doing with Classic Era, I wouldn't mind if they did that for all the other games too. Like Diablo 3, Diablo 4, having a hardcore official, and if your character dies, you can just transfer him off or whatever. And keep playing him, but he's no longer considered hardcore. I think it's just a fantastic idea for, at least for someone like me, because I don't really care.
Sure,
that much.
Again, I argued that I think it removes the hardcore aspect of it. I mean, I agree on there. Like again, I agree on both sides, but you signed up for hardcore. It's just the way she goes. You're done. You're done.
Sure, but look,
that's hardcore.
Yeah, but you're done. You are done on the hardcore servers. You're done.
You're dead. You're dead.
This guy likes hardcore.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with
you're
you.
dead,
Transferring is
right?
totally
Like
fine.
that's.
Totally.
I mean, no. I agree. It sucks ass to lose that progress on the character, but you're dead.
Yeah,
That's
but
it. You signed up for it.
I don't
You
see what the
lose.
harm is in
You
transfer.
either win or you
There's
lose.
there's no negative to bringing in another character to classic era because it only makes the server more populated and it only helps the server.
True. Yeah, just
Like
flood the servers with all the hardcore idiots who died. Let's go.
all the idiots who died. Yeah, exactly.
Hi.
All the worst players. Here we go, baby. Let's
Hello.
form a raid.
Imagine
raid with the worst players.
Imagine having Frost Nova up on cooldown. And you don't use it, and you die. Crazy.
Oh, rip.
Yeah.
I wonder if you're saying that from experience.
No, I would never do that. I'm a very experienced mage.
I mean, we have the clip. I could just
We
show
could
it.
Frost
Every
Nova,
game for
or
like
we could
15
try to
years,
cast,
so-
or we could try to cast Polymorph, and we're dead. Okay, nice.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Or just polymorph the guy and just be like, I'm gonna run back in there. Fuck him.
I think what makes that clip perfect, by the way.
I should have ran away, but we're gonna polymorph. We're gonna get in there, man. We're a mage. We're invincible. This is classic WoW. We're insane.
How hard could it be?
Let's go. It wouldn't have been that hard if I Frost Nova'd.
Alan, did you transfer that character to Whitemane?
No, he's dead. That's it.
Okay, I can just
Death
check.
equals
Just
delete. I literally deleted the character.
Oh, that would have
Death
been a
equals
perfect
delete.
gotcha. That would have been a perfect gotcha.
He's like, yeah, I'm level.
equals
I'm on
delete.
Whitemane.
But you know what's actually crazy though? Just like kind of as we were talking about like the top, being like a fresh, like World of Warcraft player in Classic era, going into hardcore, getting to 60 for your first time. I think that would actually shape you to be an incredible player at the end of the day.
Oh no, yeah. I mean, only
that would actually be like an insane. Like for us,
I mean,
we have a good understanding of the game. Like we know, like Paladin, Warlock. Several different classes. Like same for me. Same for we're multi-class players, so we have a good understanding of each class, the quests, everything, right? So it's like for a fresh person to come into hardcore, and they're like, okay, what's going on here? Do. Oh, I pulled 2 mobs on a warrior. This is fine. Like you're building, like you're slowly building that knowledge, right? And it's very punishing, obviously. But of course, like back in the day when I first started playing WoW, it was the same thing, but it wasn't as punishing, right? So it's definitely going to make you and shape you to be, I think, a lot better of a player. Right? I think that's a really cool concept to kind of wrap your head around. Interesting.
Yeah, well, a new player, like you were
there's
saying.
actually like, I wonder if there's actually, I'm sure there is a player who legitimately never played World of Warcraft before. They started hardcore and made it to 60. Man, I applaud that person.
I mean, there's plenty of
well done.
gamers out there.
Crazy cool. Really
they just take their time, but like, it's just a different play style for hardcore. Like some people panic, some people are cool under pressure.
You're using everything in your inventory, quest items, consumes, like just everything.
But as far as making a better player, yes, I agree, because the parkour definitely like removes the people that are clumsy.
Oh, weeds them out. They only make it to level 15 and they die, and they I'm going again, and then they die at 12. I go again.
It's too soon, man. It's too soon.
Oh, whoops.
I
should have said level 16.
My warrior's actually level 16. Let's go.
Oh, nice.
He hasn't died yet. I'm sitting on him.
Well, Max was bragging the other day that he hasn't died on hardcore yet. He's never died on hardcore.
He's never died, man. It's absolutely
I'm not a streamer, so don't need the clips.
Well, what level are you
on hardcore?
Yeah,
he's 15.
Yeah, 15 or 16.
Okay, fair enough.
And mind you, he's a warlock guy. So most OP class in vanilla. Easy.
Dude, warlocks are nasty.
Dude, everyone says that about a hunter too, and I'm like, dude, if I resist the feign death, I'm dead.
Warlock.
I'm dead.
I mean, it's the way she goes on any class. It's like, okay, Frost Mage has Frost Nova, save your ass. Cheat, save your ass. Resist at the wrong time, you're dead.
No, see the problem with
Warlock.
the problem with Frost Mage,
time, you're dead.
No, the main problem with Frost Mage is everyone plays Frost Mage so they can AoE pull, and that's where you get screwed. If you're playing Frost Mage and you're just doing single pulls, like unless you DC, you're not going to die. Yeah, if you're just you're not going to die.
With the frost, what's that called? I don't remember.
Are you talking about Ice Block or Shatter?
No, frost tip or whatever it's called. The one where it randomly procs them to freeze in place. That you never take as a
I don't know.
Farmer.
Yeah, I don't know.
Really, like that talent is absolutely insane. Which a lot of casters do have that that kind of proc that you get where they stun them. Same with the Shadow Priest, you have same thing, do shadow damage and will.
Every caster has a proccable stun on their every single caster.
Yep, it's a Fire Mage has the same thing. Impact, it's called.
Yeah, Impact on Fire Mage,
and then Warlock has the same thing. Or is it just random fire for?
Nope. It's
or is it just an actual talent? Any fire damage you deal will.
All right. So there's a talent called Aftermath. 5 points, up to 5 points, gives your destruction spells a 10% chance to daze the target for 5 seconds.
Oh, it's a daze.
Yeah, and is that where it slows them down? You're dazed, right? It slows them down, right? Like when you're dazed in WoW, it's when your character's walking slowly.
Yeah, that's correct. Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, like when you get dazed off your mount and like
when you and Shalina refuse to strafe and then you get dazed and you're slow for 3 seconds. A myth. Strafing is not a myth. No.
All
right. So the reason I don't, because everybody's gonna like hate this that hears this in comments, but on like classic, I play a prop paladin because I like the tank in dungeons and stuff. But
why do you like to do that, Al?
What's a prop paladin?
Because I like to play with my friends and be the tank. Best AoE tank in the game.
So no reveal. We're not doing the reveal. Okay, we're waiting.
I got it. To be healers. Yeah. They're meant to be healers.
I know.
Crazy, I know. Imagine Blizzard made a paladin and made all the gear except for 5. Okay,
for holy.
Sure, you got one. You got one set. Okay,
you can get into decision making.
You got one, and after 2.5, they're like, oh yeah, prop paladin. Fuck it, we're making tier 3. And it's a crazy amount of healing.
when you're defense capped as a tank, you can't get dazed. So that's why I don't strafe.
Oh, avoidance cap? Yeah. Or is it defense cap? Yeah, sorry. No, it's defense cap.
Once you have 300 defense, I think it's 300, you can't get dazed. So like you can just ride.
Oh, really? I had no idea.
You can't get this. You can't get dismounted or dazed. And you just
play a tank.
Lolly. Yeah, you just run around on your mount and never get knocked off, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so 5 points.
Holy shit!
Exactly. So 5 out of 5 aftermath, destruction, and then you also have the it's called Pyroclasm, which is gauge your rain of fire, hellfire, and soulfire spells a 26% chance to stun the target for 3 seconds.
That's the one I was talking about.
And hellfire, the hellfire stun is actually super cool for AoE pulls. If you're a warlock that's helping with AoE pulls, you're not going to be doing them.
Helping. Wink. Helping. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing to here.
Move along.
Look, these are not the droids you're looking for.
Do a retrospective at some point. It's fine. Oh, what is that? A pyroclasm proc. That's nice. But yeah, every caster has a stun. Priest have whatchamacallit, blackout. Mages don't have a stun, but they have the fucking Frost Nova thing. Frostbite. And then there you go. And does it? Yeah, every class has this. Yeah, it's called Frostbite on a mage.
I feel filthy now. Mage
but every single class has a stun, though, right? Every class. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I just mean for the casters, like the random RNG proc.
Right. Yeah. Actually, didn't even realize that. Like every class has a stun, right? Yeah. Except for Rogue.
Yeah, Rogue have 0 stuns. Yeah. Poor class.
Yeah, rip the rogues.
Terrible in PvP.
Really yeah, there you go.
Pretty bad.
Especially on Booty Bay Boat at level 60 when you're geared up and you see a level 13. Oof.
Tell us, why would you be out there at Booty Bay with a level
Oh,
60
no reason. No reason. I'm doing
Reason.
I'm learning how to PvP.
Killing level 60s, right?
No, I mean, yeah, sure. We'll go with that. Minus about 40 levels.
You're in distracting them off the
Oh, no. Okay, I
little
do
bridge
that on
right there,
60s. I
right?
love watching them, and then they have to swim all the
That's
way
so
back.
funny.
They
Yeah,
missed the
it's so
boat, and
good.
I killed their level 13 friends.
Yeah.
I mean, I would never do that.
So good.
Or you're standing outside when there's the at Thunder Bluff. You have the Darkmoon Fair going on. That was fun to sit up there and distract a bunch of people off. Yeah, good times.
Oh, off the elevator. Ooh,
Off the elevator.
boss,
Now I would
man.
never do that. I'm just saying I've
Excellent.
seen people do that before. It's a lot of fun.
Is it possible to get into the Undercity like an Alliance Rogue and distract people off that elevator? Is it doable, or is there just like way
to
too many
distract them
guards?
off the elevator?
No, well, not distract them off, but like the second the door opens, distract them, and then make them think that it's safe for them to go to the elevator. The elevator.
I mean, I would say you probably
die.
could, but why would you need to waste your time? That people do that plenty in hardcore.
You're not wrong, but it'd feel better just to
be the one that caused their death.
You're not wrong. I mean, I'm reaching here, but I thought that would be kind of interesting. Oh, my shoulders just dropped. Crazy. I need those. Invite me.
You like that? You like that?
Yeah, I actually do need those. Not bad.
Yeah, can you give
29
me my
frost
rope?
damage, dude? Something like that? It's a 29?
My bags are full.
Actually,
hey, Shalina, when are you getting a freezing band? What are you doing, buddy?
we get it when we get it.
Oh, so never. Gotcha.
Yeah.
You haven't joined the club.
When you getting Edge Masters, man?
Oh, no, too soon, dude. Way too soon. The amount of Maradon runs I've done, and I've never seen them. Oh, it's just too damn high, man. It's way too damn high.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I mean, I haven't done as many times as you, but I mean, I do believe there's a chance for them to drop in ZF as well. I've done that place like at least 1,000 times by this point.
Can they drop from the zombies? I thought they could only drop from the scarabs.
From the scarabs. Well, that's what I mean. I always include pole.
Oh yeah, I never do scarabs. See, I'm lazy.
Oh yeah, it's way too easy, man.
I'm just lazy.
It takes like 30 seconds. You wand one, you run around in a circle.
I know.
You wait a second, you ice block, frost nova.
I probably should do them because it's not like you can reset and come out at the entrance anymore. You get yeeted all the way to the graveyard.
Okay, so I started doing it because you get to the point in ZF where you start pulling it too fast and you actually get a lockout. So there's no
fair enough.
Not to do the scarabs at that point, especially if you have a chance at some more green, some in the deviant scales or whatever I think you get or something like that. I don't remember what they're called. They were actually worth like a stack was like 50 silver, so it was worth it.
Mages talking about mage stuff.
We wouldn't boost.
I'm sorry, Paladin.
Sorry, Paladin. That could also do it. It's just much more of a pain in the ass.
Oh, did you see that Paladin in hardcore? Who tried to do the ZF1 pull and died?
Yeah.
That's
what you get. That's what you get.
Yeah.
Rip.
Yeah, it's too bad.
It's too bad. Too bad.
I mean, I've seen plenty. I've seen plenty of mages, idiot mages, die too. Like that's.
Well, it's a shortcut back to Elwyn Forest.
And yeah. Well, let me get a hearth here real quick.
Back to level 1. Elwyn Forest, will you come? Oh my god. Talking about Elwyn Forest,
what's definition of bubble hearthing?
What's your guys' favorite starting zone in Classic? And it can be Horde or Alliance.
Oh shit.
Oh man, you don't want to know mine.
You're gonna say Elwyn Forest because you only play human, I know. So move on. Okay, so not you, Max.
Ooh.
I got a blue item out of these little.
I've seen that. Cool. Show it.
It's a Viking Warhammer.
Oh. Yeah, it sucks ass. Is that two-hander? Oh, never mind. Don't want it.
That's a decent weapon.
I would say, for me, the place I've leveled most in.
Okay.
And there's a reason why I like it would be undead starting zone. Yeah.
You like? Okay, so you like undead.
Yeah.
So you like
the most
Fierce Fall Glades, huh?
I was a horde player. Alliance side. I mean, again, can you guess which class I leveled? Which race I leveled the most?
Oh
Gnomes.
yeah, you're gonna say Dunmoreau, aren't you?
Of course.
No, I agree. I agree.
I
Dunmoreau's
have
better.
all dwarf and all gnome. Let's be real here. And one night elf, I guess. 2.
I don't mind Elwyn Forest. The problem is that everybody goes there, no matter what race they are.
I mean,
so it's
Elwyn
always
Forest
packed with way too many people.
It's actually a big dick because you get Hogger eventually.
You get Hogger and you get
Westfall's
Murlocs.
right there. You get Murlocs. So yeah. There it is.
Never really actually leveled.
I've never leveled.
No, like out of. Okay. No. Okay. Oh, let me think. Thinking.
Let me think.
All right, I'm thinking back here.
Bop,
I did level an orc warrior in classic in the Barrens. I did that.
That sounds horrible.
And I leveled some tunes in the Barrens a good bit together. At one point, and then
some tunes together. What do you mean?
Yeah, what do you mean by that?
I leveled a horde multi-box.
Oh, you had some friends.
Yeah, some friends. I had
Oh
my
god, he said, "Oh no."
When you could multi-box with software aided, input broadcasting before they banned it, or said you can't multi-box with
report him. Warrior.
Everybody report him, get him banned.
Yeah, I know, right?
He's breaking the economy.
Yeah, exactly.
Before that, you had a warrior first. I thought you had druid for your tank.
No, yeah. So for the horde box, and we can get on a whole nother topic one day of multi-boxing.
Oh yeah, we should actually. That'd be great.
Yeah, right. Multi-boxing.
Bring all the haters. Bring all the haters.
That's why we waited till the 3rd episode. Bring back, so at least we get some people watching. Now they're all gonna leave.
Look, a comment's a comment. Negative, positive, whatever. The algorithm doesn't care.
True.
If you hate us and talk shit, YouTube pushes it further up. You're helping.
Sweet.
If you don't like us, don't say anything. That's the best way to do it.
No, don't give them that. No.
Yeah, they don't believe. They'll be like, no, whatever. Fuck you, piece of
loser.
Shit. Yeah. No,
I knew I hated prod paladins.
Yeah. On the horde side, I leveled
majority people, but anyway.
For a while, I was leveling a team of a tank druid. The 3 DPS were warlock, shaman, and mage, and the healer was a priest.
Ooh, the shaman.
Yeah, so it was a really dynamic team to play with.
Shaman seems interesting.
I feel like they're typing. He says team, not multi-box. Unbelievable. Report him.
Yeah, and this is when so you can still multi-box you can play multiple accounts at once. You just can't use software aided boxing, as in input broadcasting software. You can't use that anymore. Which input
topic of shaman though. I'm just kind of curious. Sorry.
Yeah, but
how did that work?
Yeah, so you could just set up your totems. You could just use keybinds to put all your totems down and do a cast sequence. It was really easy.
Yeah, you're breaking the game right there.
It was fun. It was really cool. The single target DPS was crazy fun. And
were you a melee shaman or were you just
elemental
slapping lightning bolts?
Caster shaman. Yeah. It really for that play style, it was
the whole Barrens in one hit. It's crazy.
Right. And I got to chain light. I was at level 40 on the team.
That's right. I actually do remember that.
Yep. And then I switched back over to stop leveling for a while. It was fun. The single target was outrageously good, but tanking on the druid was a lot different than tanking on a paladin. Frankly, in dungeons is just
easy.
It's super easy.
Consecrate
and win. That's it.
That's it. Game.
Literally just have.
Yep.
But okay, do you think? Okay, so horde is more complicated. We know that. But do you feel like you had more involvement with the box on horde? There's more things to do, more potential on the horde side or on the alliance side? Difficulty wise, or whatever way you want to throw it.
It really depends on your tank. Your tank makes it or breaks it. Yeah, the druid was once you learned swipe and you could small swipe. The tanking got a lot easier.
Shout out to Torrent,
my man Torrent.
Yeah, exactly. You could. It was a lot easier to hold at because you're always dealing with extra mobs and taunting and all doing tanking stuff and frankly playing a prop pally so much, tanking, you almost get a clutch because consecrate keeps all the mobs. It's like, look at this little what I'm doing right here on the stream. I run into a pack, I hit a guy, hit consecrate, and that's it. Done. I'm done. They're tanked.
So that's what brings me back to the question, right? I feel like on Horde, having a druid tank, there's a lot more involvement in what you have to do, like a lot more strategics or strategy towards what you're doing, opposed to being a paladin and kind of going in there and consecrate, right?
Yeah, doing the one thing.
You know what I mean? Like I feel like the Horde would be very interesting to see and to do. Like it'd be a little more complicated, is what I'm getting at, I guess. And
oh yeah, it was.
If you're lazy, maybe not. It might not be like your kind of cup of tea, but I don't know. I think it'd be pretty cool. I mean, back then when you were allowed to do it,
yeah,
which we're not doing now.
no, I mean we can have a whole show on this, but per terms
Yeah,
and
we'll save that
conditions,
for the
you are.
time. But
I'll say the
Save
one
it for the
thing.
pod. Oh wait a minute.
Multi-boxing is
Is this a
still
podcast?
allowed. It's still allowed. You are totally allowed to play multiple accounts.
I disagree. You're breaking the game.
If it wasn't allowed, you would not be able to open up multiple accounts. Can you do that now on your own computer?
I can't do that.
Can you open up more than one account?
I don't have enough money to open up that amount of accounts.
The whole
Pay to win.
thing in the TOS, it specifically states you are not allowed to use input broadcasting software like IS Boxer, which is you have a keyboard, you press 1 on the keyboard, and every single instance of WoW, 1 is pressed. And that's where
easy solution. I'm just gonna get keyboards and
any form of input broadcasting, whether it be hardware or software aided, illegal.
You guys remember the good old Vu Killer? Did you guys ever see his actual pictures he sent with him?
Oh, his setup
like,
is
that
insane.
amount of keyboards and
so with
whatever he used to push down all the same keys.
I still remember, because I was multi-boxing, and we can talk about, like I said, a full episode on multi-boxing and how I did
5
it.
different times.
And the reason I did it and why I did it or whatever. I love or hate it. I thought it was a lot of fun. But yeah, like when they banned, because I was literally like out echo farming with some of my buddies, and there is like a multi-boxer community because people talk to each other, and it's like, hey, did you see the post? They just banned boxing. What's going on? Reddit. It's like, oh, okay. Didn't change too much for a while, honestly. But because I was just like playing the game, whatever.
It just made it slower.
It just made it slower, yeah. Because you can still do stuff, but
still 5 accounts and
yeah, you still have 2 mages that could port you everywhere, warlocks that could summon people. We were doing Nax at the time, like we're still raid progressing. Who cared? Whatever, we're still playing the game. But like there were some players that got real upset and won't name names when they made software boxing because their whole identity was like multi-boxing and abusing the system in their own way or whatever you want to call it. And they went to the lengths of making a crazy like multi-keyboard setup to like play on 5 different computers at once like they used to do back in the day, which by the terms and conditions was still allowed. And then not like a week or 2 later after he spent like a few $1,000s to get this setup built, Blizzard reoriented their language to include hardware boxing. So that ixnayed that method too. That's called hardware boxing. We were using
I didn't know this.
Yeah, they updated their language to include hardware because immediately like these people that were multi-boxing went to hardware boxing, and like I'm
good on them. They spend enough money. Good for them. Good job.
I mean, I'm a part of the group that I hate people who like are these crazy farmers who not my jam. You know what I'm saying? Like that are just like farming nodes infinitely and doing all the bullshit.
That's a whole different.
It's a whole different can of worms.
That's not really what
right? It's not what some people were, and there's obviously the PvPers and whatnot, whatever. But yeah, and it really upset some people. But luckily it fixed the botting problem. Thank goodness. You know.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, they're all gone.
we've discussed
all
this
gone.
kind of topic off the podcast like plenty of times, and I really like your saying, Al, where you say everybody hates a multi-boxer until they meet a multi-boxer.
Right.
When a
Yeah,
multi-boxer's on
we
your
should-
team, you love them, but when they're against you, you hate them.
Well, there's
I
a
feel like we should discuss that a little more at a different time. Maybe, I don't know. Like, I really get into like in depth with.
I want
more
to
so
cover it
what
on a
you
full
do with
topic,
it.
and you know,
Yeah, good.
if you're by the time you're listening to this, we've probably already posted the episode of like full multi-boxing. But at the end of the day, you can call multi-boxers toxic, whatever, like everything, you hate them, but multi-boxing is not the only toxic way to play this game.
And
Plain
just
and
wait
simple.
until you actually meet one.
Yeah,
That's all
and
I'm gonna
like
say.
it's just
So-
a lot of them were just real players doing their thing, not really necessarily bothering too many people, just enjoying the game in their own way. Now
Right.
the whole connotation where like multi-boxers are bots is just completely untrue. There's no similarity to a multi-boxer and a bot because, well, I can talk to you. I can speak to you. I'm a player. You
So
know
can
what I'm saying?
AI. So can AI though.
Right. And
Ooh, we're not going down that rabbit hole, are we?
like
no.
even I also completely disregard the fact that people said that, you know, using broadcast input software was basically botting. It was not basically botting. It was not. You were still controlling the characters. Forgo all at once. Well, that's totally on board. That you can control all 5 at once, or all 10, or all 20 completely at once. I get that. That is a big player advantage. But going down the rabbit hole of what bots actually are, bots didn't care about the TOS in the first place. They were already against TOS. So like
Yep.
this whole thing about banning multi-boxers to help mitigate the bot problem was a complete false narrative. Like that was completely not the reason why.
I feel like they were just giving what the
It was a scapegoat.
odd streamers or maybe crapping on multi-boxing, saying that they were breaking the game, which was more just, again, like it was a symptom, not the actual disease, the
I mean,
issue of the
you
game.
know, disrupting the community and all this other stuff, I just
Sure.
didn't really see it. Like, there's so many ways to disrupt the community. Like, are they going to ban level 10 priests dispelling world buffs because it disrupts the community? Because that definitely disrupts the community. It disrupts gameplay.
100%. That would
It's
big
it's
piss off.
extremely toxic. Like a gameplay does just to be this level 10 priest trying to just targeting world buffs just to get rid of them.
Yeah.
Like, there's no
That
other
shaman-
way. It's complete griefing, but completely allowed, and I don't think it should ever be banned. Why? Just, you know, work around it. You know, like there have been a many a times where like in multi-boxing where there's a PvP scene, and multi-boxers are bitches in PvP when they were at the height where they could PvP. Yeah, motherfuckers. Believe me, I hated them too, and I was one. Because we met a few multi-boxers that just beat the shit out of us. But what a fun challenge out in open world PvP. You know,
Agreed.
for an example, there was a multi-boxer that was 4 priests and a druid that absolutely obliterated people who just instantly dot you for like we were out there with like angry, and he's like, I'm dead. What are you talking about? He's got 4 shadow word pains ticking on him. Like he's ticking for
That's a good
freaking
piece.
for ticking for freaking 900 a tick in classic, and he's only got 4k health, and he's like, I'm dead. What happened? And dead. You know, like
But
it's like
on
but
On
we
the
had to
other
like
hand,
we'd
though-
have to strategize how to kill this guy. Like, you got to fear the druid, you got to CC one of the priests and like blow him up. And I had a multi-box with me. I had 3 mages and a priest and a paladin, and it's like, and he was still scary. I was like, fuck, because I'm a dungeon multi-boxer. I'm not a PvP multi-boxer. Now, if you just had 5 mages roll up, they could all arcane explosion and blast wave. Yeah, you're probably gonna kill him. But the holy novas were incredibly powerful. But saying so, people hate multi-boxers when they're killing you. But the minute they were in your raid group, you're like, we love this guy. Bring him. And like watching them blow up a raid was hilarious. You know,
it's also fun killing them too. Like I am on like several occasions, like an under geared box, I can go in there with my mage being Shatter Spec, I can go in there, Frost Nova, Cone of Cold, and just blow them all up
Yeah,
instantly.
but
It
it's
was fun. It
universal.
felt good.
But
It felt good, but
in a
then it would go the other way around too, like you're saying. Like I could just absolutely get deleted, you know?
yeah, but in a PvP environment, like that is fun. That is the whole point, is to like PvP. You know, like
Yeah,
and
try to best the other group or person or whatever it is.
there's just no fair in PvP. There's no such
Not in
thing as fair
classic.
in PvP. No,
There's never any balance in it.
I just don't believe there's no fair in
Classic
PvP.
WoW, baby.
Like, the if if this game was mitigated purely on fairness, it'd be boring as hell, because
It
how
would
many
suck.
how many people hate, in a PvP situation, a rogue that's camping them that's 30 levels above you?
Oh, everybody hates that.
They
Yeah, it feels good
hate
when you're
you.
doing it to the other
They
person.
Oh, it feels real good.
they literally log on to their alliance or their horde account, and they start messaging you, "You piece of shit. Hope your family dies." Blah 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 blah.
Honk.
Honk
Oh,
honk.
yeah.
Gotcha,
You know,
beat
like,
you, buddy.
and like
Gotcha on that one.
they hate it. They hate it. They think it's toxic, and they're so furious. And there's players out there that have like stated in online forums where they if you're a gray to the player, they can't attack you. It's a PvE situation until you're in level range to be attacked, which is bullshit. No, it's a PvP
That sounds
environment.
terrible.
Exactly. It's
Play
because
PvE. Go on PvE, dude. Just like
but that's the whole thing. It's like a lot of
That's it.
players just will want to modify the game to their needs at all times.
Of
And
course,
it's like,
everyone's a fucking whiny, you know what,
right.
and that's it.
Yeah, and
If the game
obviously,
isn't suiting them at that specific time, then the game sucks, or
Well,
it's
getting
unfair, or
ganked-
they're cheating, or whatever.
Getting ganked breeds more gankers, because I got ganked while I was leveling
Exactly.
up. The first thing I thought of
Then I get
when I
you,
hit
baby.
60, I'm going to do the same exact thing. And guess what? I hit 60. Guess what happened? I went out,
Gold seer.
killed a bunch of level 15s, baby. Absolutely. Fuck them.
yeah. And look, obviously, I'm an experienced like multi-boxer, so I'm biased for sure. I'm not going to not say that. I do enjoy it. It's a really fun way to play the game. But it's, there are
Are
obviously
you breaking the game? No.
it's this game is naturally a multiplayer game. It encourages it in many
Okay,
ways.
so
So-
just to bring this up, okay. So you're a multi-box, Al. Okay. You have a paladin, you have 2 mages, a warlock, and a priest, okay? Then there's an actual group of players who has the same thing. Paladin, 2 mages, a warlock, priest. Who do you think wins?
The players.
Exactly.
Every time.
So everyone just shut up.
No, yeah,
Everyone just
mean,
get better.
That's my
Easy.
opinion on that one. That's my opinion on that one. Obviously, players are they're gonna beat a multi-box every time. I mean, yeah, sure. Again, it sucks. You're a solo player. You pop into the world. You're questing. A multi-box comes up, fucks you up. Okay, sure. The same thing could go if you're out in Stranglethorn Vale and you have a group of 5 or 10 horde who just absolutely dick you. What's the difference? Like literally, what is the fucking difference?
Well, Max, do you want to reveal to the
Nothing.
world the best way to kill somebody like you?
Oh yeah.
Ooh, I think most people know
You're
that
never
one.
gonna.
It's
You
kinda,
don't. You don't.
Or maybe we should keep it for the next one when we
yeah,
actually
keep it for
talk.
the pod.
Yeah,
keep it
we'll
for
save
the
it
podcast.
for the next episode or something.
Well, yeah. I mean, you're not going to encounter a multi-box in PvP in open world anymore because
No.
of the
Unfortunately.
TOS and people.
Well, you will just find whenever Fresh Classic comes out, find whatever server Al's on, and then you'll encounter him. There you go.
Yeah.
True.
Um.
Oh, by the way, do you guys want to know what server? I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can, like I said, you can still multi-box. You just have to do it manually. And it's a slow, arduous process, but it can be done. But if you're okay with playing slowly, then by all means, have fun.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
I mean, you helped me get my HOJ, so I can't complain.
Like I said, we'll go into a full episode on this, like in detail, like the entire aspects of it. But
Yeah.
A lot of the argument is like the jokes that are made, which I laugh at them. They're funny. Like they
Because
uh,
they don't know what they're talking about.
they have 5 accounts because they
They're
have no
not educated.
friends or whatever. Like, in many ways, I was able to help my friends because I had multiple characters. Like, and the towards the end of Classic, finding a dungeon group was near impossible. Like, it's just finding
Absolutely.
a reliable tank or like a reliable healer, people to show up for you, or somebody that Lord forbid ninjas your loot. But I have 5.
Ooh,
I have a
Oh,
tank.
GFT flashbacks. Oh god.
a
Right, yeah.
ninja. I didn't even
I
think about
have
that.
I have
Good
5
point.
accounts, right? And no big deal. I have a tank, a healer, 3 DPS. And many a times in dungeons to farm items or whatever, I could sub out 2 of my characters and bring my buddies, like you 2 guys, and like we could just be in BRD together or something and just like hanging out
And
for.
play the game? Yeah, crazy.
If you clear the
What a
entire
concept.
if you clear the entire instance of BRD, it takes like 2 hours. It's a raid. It was supposed to be a raid originally in Classic, and like
Oh, dude.
it was BRD
I got
originally.
a topic for
Yeah,
Classic Plus. Anyway,
BRD was
There it is. Yeah.
BRD was originally a 10-man instance in Classic.
sorry,
But
saying it. Ruining the topic, bro.
whatever. But it was a raid, so that's why it's such a long. There's so much pre-raid bis gear inside of BRD because it was technically a 10-man raid like Uber's, and we could talk more about it later. But it's a really long and fun instance, and I really enjoy the instance. And I would do it by myself. Like I did it by myself for the first time ever on a multi-box and cleared the entire thing, and it was an accomplishment because it was difficult to do. Like figuring out all the mechanics, but I know that instance up and down. I know every nook and cranny,
So,
every reset point, everything. But like I said, I could sub out a buddy, a healer, like our buddy Dids, our healer from the guild would take my healer's place, and it gave me
Edward, baby.
That was a good shout out.
gave me a
Yep,
huge
Edward, my
break
man.
from healing because healing and tanking and DPSing all at the same time is a lot going on. So it was great
What
because he
about
just
me?
and then healing
Nah.
and then not bringing a mage. And
No,
then
he
having
just
all
hard
the-
carried you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
God damn.
it was cool. If you'd have 2 or 3 buddies that just want to hang out and do an instance together, do Skullomance, do strat, farm runes, anything. It's great to use as a tool to help your friends and play the game. It expanded the game in many ways because, like, I played on my solo character for a long time before I even knew you could do this. Because for background on me, I have 0 experience in retail WoW. I've never played the game. Classic was my first time ever playing the World of Warcraft. So I played my paladin as my first character and I never even knew what multi-boxing or anything was until I just happened to see it in the game. I was like, what's this? This is kind of neat. It looks like it's something to be fun to do because I'm really bored right now. I'm just playing. I couldn't farm anything solo on a paladin, nothing. Couldn't make any gold or nothing. It's really slow. And I saw some player in Stormwind with like 5 mages, and they're all doing the exact same thing. Like, what is this? This is interesting. And I researched it. It sounded fun, and I tried it out. It was a lot of fun. Did not know there was a whole backlash community behind it for years. Didn't know that. Had no clue.
That's funny.
I just didn't know. I never played.
I like how we jumped down the multi-box rabbit hole just because I brought up I liked your saying about it. We've been talking about it for
whatever
quite a while. I find it fascinating.
Look, it's an interesting topic to talk about. It's kind of that topic's mostly shelved because of like the TOS changes.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you are allowed to play multiple accounts. You can open them up right now, and no one's going to stop you.
Hell, I do.
Yeah, I mean, there's tons of people that have that. Yeah, there's people that have a mage and they make themselves they boost themselves on the other account. That's totally normal. Yeah. Like whatever. Like people that have a second account, and then there's people that
reset account.
A reset account.
Oh, yeah.
And
I wonder who would do that.
There is tons and tons of people in hardcore that are dual boxing. Don't pretend that there isn't. That tons and tons of people that have a main character with a follow character, a healer, pocket healing themselves.
Any warrior in the game they want a pocket.
It's
healer
harder to
behind you.
spot. It's harder to spot, and a lot of less people notice it because it's just two characters. You just assume it's two players, buddies following each other. Just two characters is hard to notice when it's a single player. But if you like pay attention, you can tell it's one person playing both those accounts. But that's multi-boxing. You know, it's completely allowed. Frowned upon for sure, but like frowned upon the community. But you know, that's that for that. But yeah, thanks for listening. And if you enjoy this, continue. There's a playlist. You can continue. You can talk to us in Discord and find out more about the show.
Please.
Potentially be on the show. Who knows? Who cares? Till next time. All right.